Okay, I got asked by someone in the comment section on Instagram, will I ever give an answer to the what did he do wrong post? And so it got me to thinking, why not put the answers here in the members area and pretty much reward you guys for being members of the members area by giving you the answers to the question many people on Instagram want to know. So we'll do that here. This is my most recent what did he do wrong post. So we'll analyze that and break this down. This is Deebo Samuels working against cornerback for Tennessee. And we'll just take a quick look at it at full speed. Some of you could perhaps see some of the things that were done wrong here, but let's go at it and let's break it down. So let's start from the beginning. First of all, there was an immediate opening of the gate here at the line of scrimmage. And as you can see here, Samuels heads up right away. When this gate gets open, he's turned sideways. So immediately, a good receiver like Deebo Samuels is going to attack the back of the wide receiver. Now, some wide receivers with this gate open would just immediately head straight up the field. They would head in this direction right here. They would immediately just head here and try and turn it into a track meet. But this is a go ball. It's a go route that's being run here. So he did have the option of going back in the other direction, as you see him do here, which is the right move. The defensive back at the line of scrimmage is opened up right away, giving the opportunity for him to attack his back. So Deebo Samuels took it. What you would want to see out of this defensive back here is a shuffle at this point. Shuffle in this direction. Force this wide receiver wide. And if you're in a shuffle and not crossing your feet over, as you see him doing here, you see how that foot comes over the other one? Look at the defensive back. It's not a shuffle. That left foot is coming over the right foot. That turns your hips. That gets your momentum going a little too hard in that direction. So, as most receivers are taught, hand swat, get behind his back, get in his blind spot. As you can see, definitely a blind spot here. The defensive back is looking at us. And Deebo Samuels is behind his back. So, he's in crossover mode. If he would have shuffled in the direction of the arrow I have here, he could have forced Deebo wider in the direction that I have the arrow pointing from Deebo Samuels. And then if Deebo Samuels decided to cut it back in this way, the defensive back could plant his outside foot, head back in that direction, and get hands on him. That's not what happens here. He immediately opens the gate. He's got all of those momentum moving up the field. His upper body is heading in that direction. His feet are crossed over heading in that direction. So wisely, Deebo Samuels swats the hand and heads in the other direction. So now, because there's a hard crossover run, it's going to be very difficult now for this defensive back to flip back in the other direction. He can't flip his hips, so now we get the speed turn, which I'm not a big fan of because of this right here. You're in a blind spot. Receivers love this. This is the best place in the world for a receiver. Behind your back, you can't see him, and now you've got to execute this speed turn. You're going to take your eyes off of him, and you got to hurry up and find him. All right, so you did the speed turn. It is what it is. Now what happens? Well, this is actually a decent speed turn by this defensive back. And I will say this about it, though I don't like the speed turn, he did well to come out of this speed turn and get vertical up the field first before he goes chasing the hip. And as you can see, he's vertical here. So by doing this hip flip, and I know what guys think when they have to execute a speed turn this early in the rep, is they're thinking slant. But the first thing you need to do here is think deep ball. And if it happens to be a slant, okay, well, you gave up a slant. Go make a tackle, line back up, use better technique at the line of scrimmage next time. However, I like what he did here. Yes, we had a speed turn. That's a problem. But he gets vertical. Protect the deep ball. I got full. Protect the deep ball first. So now he's hip to hip with him. That's a good spot to be in. Hip to hip with this guy. Space is closed out. DB's got it close. I mean, you couldn't have a better picture than this. He's hip to hip. Here's where the problem lies. Instead of attacking with the near hand, which for him would be the right hand, instead of coming forward with that right hand to attack that ball and either get hands on it or push Deebo's right hand into his left hand, making it difficult for him to catch the ball, he elects to go with the far hand, which is the left hand, and try and punch through the ball, and was not successful. Deebo Samuels has very strong hands, and most of your good wide receivers do. So this feint hand that you had to bring, wrapping around the wide receiver's body as he's pushing back into you, you're not getting much in terms of strength off of pushing that hand through his body as it leans back into you. So he didn't really get much touch on that ball. He's touching it, but he didn't get much push, and that allows Samuels to complete the catch. Now, let's just imagine if he goes up with this hand right here. If he pushes with this hand right here, this right hand, he's going to have a better go at it. He's going to get better contact on the ball. And again, at the very least, he'd be able to use this hand to push Samuel's right hand into his left hand and affect his ability to catch the ball, which is, all legal, or at least referee's not going to call that. He elects to wrap around. Perhaps he lost sight of the ball, couldn't really judge it. I mean, he had enough time to see it. He just made a misjudgment here. But you got the space closed out. That's good. Go up with the right hand. You're going to get your hand. You're going to get a better. You might actually touch that ball before Deebo Samuels does. So at the end of the day, a mistake in the beginning turned into something decent in the middle where you got vertical, and then another mistake at the end, and you got killed. Gave up a goal ball. This is about a 15, 20-yard gain. Not what you want to do. So some mistakes were made. So just a quick review. Kick slide at the line. Don't get caught crossing over and opening the gate right away. Now you end up having to execute a speed turn. Good job getting vertical, getting to his hip, closing out space. Then you've got to go with that near hand, upfield hand. Attack with the upfield hand. Attack that ball with the upfield hand. You could always bring attack with the downfield hand. Let me correct myself here. This downfield hand, upfield hand. Let me clear that right quick. This is the upfield hand. That's the downfield hand. He should have attacked with that downfield hand right here. Attack with that downfield hand. In this instance, that's the near hand, and he probably has a much better chance of getting that ball out. All right. Thanks once again for watching and listening. If you have any comment or feedback on this video or any questions, send me an email, cwilson@alliesdbcamp.com. Thank you for watching.